Page 36, the tide is high. 4/4 time signature. We're in the key of C major, no sharps or flats. We're using the white keys. Make sure you can do the C major scale, 1 octave up and down. I explained it all in the previous video, and I have a scale video on C major. Do the beginner portion of that. Take it one hand at a time because the rhythm is a little different. We're coming in on beat 4. 4, 1. You're in this position, but the thumb's down here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I want to make sure you understand the rhythm because I don't know how well you're getting this. The first full measure is straightforward. You've got quarter notes and eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4 and. That's straightforward, but that dotted rhythm in the next measure, 1 and 2 and 3. The A comes on 1, the dot comes on 2, because a quarter note gets 1 count, so whatever follows it has to come on beat 2, and in this case it's a dot. That gets half a count, so then you have the and of 2, and then 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and go on. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and during the rest on measure 4 you come up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and cross over. Just relax. Your hand can move around a little bit. If you just relax, just here. Don't move, just here, because you want to leave the thumb here. Because you should be able to do this. Just stay relaxed, it'll happen. So the measure 6 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you have a C and an E. So measure 7, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You get a half a beat to come down. 3 and 4 and 1. You do that some more. Left hand has the chords. You have a C chord. We're not using the middle note. Don't have to. I mean, if you think about it, the E, the right hand's playing an E. So you get the harmony anyway. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 4 chord. That's a 5/7 chord, believe it or not, because you can. It's what we call a broken chord. And then go over to page 37. This is measure 7. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I went from 4 chord to a 5/7 chord. You want to get to where eventually you can do that without looking at the keyboard. You can feel this. Last line, measure 13. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and just lift up and come down. It's a C. 2 ledger lines below the bass staff is a C. It's down here. You need to memorize that note. It's an important note. You'll see it a lot. Know what it is. It's a C. 2 ledger lines is 2 octaves below middle C. Okay. Put the hands together. And again, we're just trying to get the notes down at the same time in the hands. So we might hesitate. The rhythm will be screwed up. Don't worry about it. Just get there here. We're here. This is together. And then this is together. And then this is together. And then here. And then here. And then here. So it's 1 and 2. And that's a rest there. That's by itself. And then measure 3, 1 and 2. 1 and. And as you're playing that, you move the right hand up. There. Measure 5, the last beat, and you lift the left hand up because this note is by itself. And 2 and 3 and 4 and. Rest on measure 8, 3 and 4. Right on beat 4, both hands come up and for half a beat. 3 and 4. go through and put the hands together, and then go back through it a few hundred times and get rid of all the hesitations. Go as slow as you got to, but no hesitations anywhere. Steady beat. Then once you can do that, we can add in the articulation, the slurs and staccatos, and I'm going to hinge at the wrist on the staccatos, short staccatos. Connect everything else as best you can. Staccato. So it's here, just connect all this together. I disagree with their slurs. The Faber slurs and me don't get along. Connect all this together. Now here, at measure 7, you can lift up before you play that if you want. I'm kind of following the words and the commas and things in the words, so it's. Put in the slurs and the staccatos. Then the dynamics. That goes to the melody, which is the right hand. Keep this left hand out of the way. It should be background. Whatever you think moderately loud is. The left hand is soft. Then measure 5, you go up to loud. The left hand's still soft. To pick up to measure 9, you come down to moderately loud, like you were at the beginning. And then at the last line, listen to the piano, it dies away on its own. And so when you play that last C, try and match it. However much it's died away, try and do that. So this goes away, and then this is softer. Try and match that if you can. It's hard to do. I can't do it, but maybe you can do it. Yeah, just play this soft. No. Then the speed. Well, it's up to you. Oh, no. It says a slow rock beat, but don't drag it. It's just not a fast. It's not a fast dance. It's a slow dance. Then they've added pedal. Well, you don't need pedal on it. You can do it just fine. But if you're going to use pedal, we want to understand why we're using pedal. You see, most teachers and most method books, every method book pretty much so far, they tell you when to push the pedal down, sort of, and when to lift it up, sort of. But they don't tell you why are you doing it. Well, if you're going to use pedal, you're going to do it for specific reasons. And if you don't understand why you're doing it, don't use the pedal. One of the reasons we learn a piece first without pedal is so we can hear everything the fingers and the hands are doing. We want to know everything going on here. So when we add pedal, we can hear that difference and we understand that difference and we want the difference, sort of. Well, here they're adding pedal for contrast. The first line, you get pedal on the first full measure. So there's a contrast between those two measures. You have this and this. That's the contrast apparently we're after here. And that's the same thing throughout this. It's just that one, you're connecting these, and then this is clean. And we don't connect anything like in measure 5 because that would smear that up. You would get that mess, and we don't want that, so they don't pedal that. Otherwise, they would probably pedal that too. I'm going to push the notes down first and then the pedal. I'm going to change the pedal after I play the notes so it overlaps. And then for the staccatos, I got to lift it up as I play the notes or to get a staccato, like so. So it's... And it's that way throughout, that way, yeah. Now another reason we pedal is sometimes we need the pedal to help us hold the notes that we can't hold with the hands because we have to move around, and the pedal can help us. Like in the last measure on page 37, you're here. I want all this sound when I push this. I still want all the sound, so the pedal helps me do that. I push here, I keep the pedal down as I'm doing this. I get all this sound together, and that's another reason to pedal. But don't pedal anything else. Now, in my opinion, you could, if you wanted to, pedal all of the last line on page 37. Here, just put it down here, and then change it at the measure. Here. In my opinion, that's fine with me. To me, I like that a little better than just pedaling the last measure by itself. You have to listen to the sound and the effect the pedal has on the sound, and what do you want to do? So if I were your teacher, I'd mark in a pedal mark on measure 13. I'd like to play it with you very slowly to double check all the notes and rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics. I will do the pedaling as it's marked, and I'm going to pedal both measures at the end of page 37. So I'll give us 3 counts because we come in on beat 4. 1, ready, go.